Hey guys, welcome to Strange Investigations. As always, I'm your host, Ron Swanson. We are here alongside co-host
Andy Dwyer.
It's going to be a great one today. We're going to be getting into the Roswell sightings of 1947. We're going to be finally diving into the UFO topic. Should be a good one. So yeah, let's jump right on into it. All started during a late evening. There's a severe storm going on, and people could see a skycraft coming zooming down. It crashed near Corona, New Mexico. It landed in private land in what was known as Foster Ranch. It was actually closer to Corona than it was to Roswell, which is pretty interesting, but the Roswell still did get the title. Just kind of due to eyewitnesses, a lot of them coming from the Roswell property, like the people living in the area. Now, the first evidence of this crash was found by William Brazel. I believe that's how you pronounce it. He was a 7-year-old who found wreckage. He found metals that he had never seen before, and nobody could really identify him. None of the locals could. They just kind of seemed out of this world, one could say. Now, he immediately contacted authorities, and the authorities ended up getting the military involved. This was an unidentified aircraft, so the military kind of had to come in and make sure this wasn't a threat to the U.S. Territory. Now, pieces of this aircraft were found over an half-a-mile stretch, it is believed to be. Many of the local residents had even claimed to have seen the remains of some of the animals as the military were recovering them several miles from the crash. I mean, it's pretty scary stuff. If this is true, which it's up to you to decide, it would be really terrifying for these locals if there really were these just creatures that seemed humanoid. That just had this technology and were just flying over them and just disrupting the peace, and it would just make you feel like you didn't have privacy. You just got these aliens flying around. You got anything to add?
Yeah, and I mean the news tried to cover this up with a balloon, and it just sounds kind of hokey.
Yeah, so the U.S. Armed Forces decided to, their report on it was that it was actually a weather balloon crash. It's just totally normal stuff. However, there's a lot more effort into the cleanup, I would imagine, than I would imagine a weather balloon crash would be. And what they said actually worked. This case just quieted down for about 3 decades. And then in 1970, ufologists started to claim that there had to have been at least one extraterrestrial spacecraft that had crashed in the area. They also started accusing the government of covering this up with the weather balloon. It's pretty interesting stuff. There were several eyewitness reports. However, a lot of these were kind of just overlapped with each other in a way where there's 90 interviews. However, only 25 of these were actually unique accounts. Only 7 of them actually did claim to see the debris, and then 5 of those 7 claimed to have handled it. So the numbers really do get knocked down a lot from that original 90 interviews. However, it can't just be completely disregarded. Just because an interview is similar doesn't mean that it doesn't still have truth in it, and I do think we still have to consider these eyewitness accounts to have truth in them. Have anything to say?
Yeah, I don't know. With all these eyewitness accounts, the stories were kind of mismatched, and they kind of overlapped, but
there are also a lot of contradictions in
the
accounts. It is a very interesting case because when you have so many people, you can't expect to have some contradictions just from different viewing angles and things of the sorts.
Yeah.
However, it could have just been a marketing scheme by the public. I mean, it's hard to take this at face value because there's just been so many theories and it's just been kind of overrun. And you can't really tell what's actually truth in it. It just does kind of make it hard to differentiate the eyewitness accounts that are truly being truthful. the ones that are just kind of making stuff up for their own glory and glamour and just trying to get fame from having these accounts, because it's obviously did blow up and a lot of people did gain fame from this. So you do just have to be a little bit cautious of that, especially with the contradictions there were. And now it's just time to pretty much conclude this episode. It's been a great one. It's one that's definitely hard to figure out what truly happened. A lot of contradictions, lots of cover-ups. It's just a confusing one for sure. But yeah, you can just make your upon your own opinion based off of the information we gave you. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. So have a wonderful rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. And yeah, just have a great day and like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And yeah, adios.